Greetings everybody, and welcome back to the All Achievement series. In today's video, we are going to be tying up some loose ends and also exploring Mars, so stick around to find out what happens. And also, before we begin, I just want to express how grateful I am for all the support I've got on the channel. I didn't expect it to do this well this quickly. I expected it to take a lot longer or not do well at all, so I'm really glad for how much support I've got, all the comments, likes, the views, everything. So I know it's kind of corny, but thank you guys a lot, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, welcome back to the launch pad. For launch number 1, we are rectifying a mistake that I made with the captured asteroid and not getting the second achievement for landing and returning. That was because the capsule blew up when I tried to land because I didn't have enough parachutes. It was kind of a whole disaster. So this time I've fixed the problems and we're going to go really quickly land on it and come back. And success! We've landed on the captured asteroid, so now we just need to return home and not destroy the capsule while landing. Now that we have landed successfully, we can check the achievements tab and confirm that we do in fact have all the achievements for the captured asteroid. That means the only achievements left in the Earth system are for the moon. So next launch, we're going to be going and rescuing our moonlander. Alright guys, say hello to Altea. This is my newest rocket design and it's probably going to stick with us for a while since it's quite capable and I think it looks really nice. Anyways, we have a payload designed to dock at the top of the moonlander and put it back into low lunar orbit so that we can take the crew capsule and transfer over our stranded astronauts. Anyways, time to launch. We have now reached low lunar orbit, so we will undock from the upper stage and prepare to head down to the surface so we can rescue our crashed lander. just about to touch down on the moon now, and there we go. So now we're going to dock with the lander, and once that's complete, we will detach the engine since it's not needed anymore, and then we're going to head back into orbit after we wait for the crew vessel to be directly above us. There you go. So now we're going to take off, and there you go. So now we will have to make orbit, and once that's complete, we will head over to the crew capsule and dock. And I had to do some finagling here because the docking port was causing problems with the magnets. And there we go, we've docked. So you can see I'm pretty happy, but there's nothing to do, so we're gonna head home now. As you can see, we've made it back to Earth, and I'm going to use the remaining fuel to perform a braking burn so that the capsule will experience much lower speeds when it re-enters the atmosphere, since I'm not 100% confident that it will survive at super high speeds. And now, as we're going to re-entry, I just want to ask you to consider liking and subscribing if you are enjoying the video. It really helps me out with the algorithm since I'm a small channel, and if you want to support me, that's the way to do it. And now we are approaching the ground, about to land, under the power of multiple more parachutes than last time, and success! We have not blown up any part of the capsule this time. Great success, as always. And when we check the tab for the achievements, we have unfortunately not gotten all of the lunar achievements since we did not land at enough places before we had to return due to damaging the lander in the incident last episode, but we can always come back and complete that later. For now, we are going to move on to Martian exploration. Alright y'all, say hello to MTV, or as I like to call it, Mars Transfer Vehicle. Now, Mars Transfer Vehicle, can you say hello to the viewer? Alright, I guess we're just going to ignore that. The Mars Transfer Vehicle is exceptionally complicated because I'm assembling it in low Earth orbit, so it will require multiple launches to complete, and also have to send up refueling and crew and landers to be used on Mars. So once all that's complete, I will get back to you and go from there. Welcome back. As you can see, we have completed assembling the main structure for the MTV, and all that's left is to launch up the fuel tanks and the rest of the crew and the landing modules. And once that's complete, we can head off to Mars. So I guess it's time for another time lapse. So we got right up to the station, and I realized I forgot to add a docking port. And because of my stupid rules, I can't revert, so I have to refly the entire mission. Honestly had me going like... Alright, welcome back to the launch pad. We are going to be launching one of the final modules, the drop fuel tank. And you may see that the launch counter has increased by 2 instead of 1. That's because I cut out one of the refueling launches just because it was getting boring and repetitive. So I just wanted to explain that, and now we can launch. And now while we're installing the drop tank, if you guys have any ideas or suggestions or future video ideas, you can go and drop them in the comment section down below, and if it's good, I might make a video on it, and I'll even shout you out. So now that the drop fuel tank is installed, I'm going to launch the final landers and possibly one more crew, and then we're going to head off to Mars, so stay tuned for that. And there we go, the MTV has been fully assembled. So now all we've got to do is do some more spinning around, and then we will have a Mars transfer window and we can head off to Mars, which is the interesting part of the video where a lot more, you could say, mistakes happen. And there we go, we've reached a stable Martian orbit. So now all we have to do is undock the lander and the first stage of the lander, dock them together, and go down to the surface. And now while we're coming into land, I just want to explain how the landing system works. So this is an Apollo style system. So the first stage is used exclusively for landing, and the second stage will be used to get back into orbit. So it'll pop off, head back up into orbit. And the way I've designed this is I have multiple stages. So the crew stage, or the second stage, will go up to the MTV once it's landed and returned to orbit. It'll dock, refuel, pick up another first stage, which the first one is designed to be used only in the atmosphere. The second two are designed to be used outside of the atmosphere. So it'll pick up those, and then it'll go land on the moons Phobos and Deimos, and once that's complete, we can come back and return to Earth. And there we go, we have landed on Mars. That's 1 out of 3 landings for this mission completed. Hopefully we won't have to come back here. So let's take off and head off to the moons. Alright, we have landed on Phobos and we are returning to the station, but this is where I make the first big, serious mistake in the challenge that costs me dearly. I'm just going to let the footage play and you'll see what happens. Yeah, so I may have just vaporized some of my astronauts. So the only way around this is I ended up launching 2 more landers, or 2 more of the landing first stages, so that I could land on Phobos and Deimos, and I also launched a bit of fuel so that I could refuel the station. Although, of course, knowing how this challenge goes, it didn't go to plan. And there we go, we have done the final landing in the Martian system. So all that's left to do is to take off, head back to the MTV, and then we can return home and end the video.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Hooray! Great success! We have returned from Mars safely. But, unfortunately, when we check the Achievements tab, oh, I got fucked over by SFS again. And, well, really it's not SFS screwing me over, it's myself for demolishing my lander. If I hadn't done that, I probably would have got the Grand Tour achievement, but unfortunately, I didn't. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.